Check, 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 check. Checking audio on tie line. Checking.
Audio's good.
Okay. And welcome into Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube on Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, talking to you from the Roswell High Gym. And this is a district counter tonight, second to the last game of the regular season for the Hobbs girls. And they come in at still ranked number 1 in the state in 5A. They come in at 20-3. Their only losses to 2 Texas teams early in the season and then to Carlsbad. They are 3-1 in district, and they need to win this game tonight and decisively, and then move forward into that final game, which will be against Carlsbad at Tasker Arena this Friday. And Hobbs will want to win that and need to win that in order to at least tie for the regular season district and force a playoff game. So this is the situation. Every game needs to be a winner, needs to count, and you can't take any opponent lightly. They go up against Roswell High, and Roswell High Lady Coyotes come in at 9-15 on the season, 0-4 in district under head coach Daniel Smith. They are ranked 17th in 5A in the state of New Mexico. They're ranked 4th in district. But as I said, even though the Lady Eagles have had no trouble in defeating them this season, and they do not have a win in district, you can't take anybody lightly. You got to come in, establish your game, and play seriously, play to win. And then, of course, that Lady Eagles can really put all of their focus on that game coming up this Friday. So it is a must-win. And Roswell High, a team in their position, is dangerous because they don't have anything to lose. The expectation for them is much lower. But if they have a higher expectation of themselves and they want to come in, they can try to play spoiler and bring their A game and try to do their best against the Hobbs Lady Eagles tonight. And we will take a quick break. Let me run down the rosters for both of the girls for you. Then we'll be back and talk about our starters. But we want to definitely acknowledge our great sponsors: NMR Pipeline, Thriftway, Hydrotech Services, Coffee House, RMS Foods, Outlaw Grill, Albertsons Market, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Lasco Construction. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for watching and listening to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. Running down the Roswell High roster, number 1 is Misha Henthorn. Number 5 is, and she is a senior. 5 is Brianna Castro, a sophomore. Number 10 is sophomore Jalen Benitez. Number 11, junior Sarai Morales, one of the standout players for Roswell. Number 12 is senior Mayala Velasco. Number 20 is a junior, Serenity Chavez. Number 21 is a senior, Daisy Smith. She's another one of their go-to girls and generally a starter. Number 22 is sophomore Emma Esquivel. Again, is very capable putting points on the board and bringing down rebounds. And number 23 is senior Mila Moore. Number 24 is senior Mariana Ruiz. Number 32 is freshman Adamaris Vega. And number 33 is sophomore Elena Tarin. Moving over to your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Number 1, Madison Cepeda, a 5'4" freshman. Number 10 is senior Wisdom Anthony. Number 12 is 5'5" freshman Aliana Armitage, who saw some good minutes in the last game that Hobbs played against Clovis, and in fact scored some points. And she is going to be, as a freshman, just looking to get as much experience as she can. Number 14 is 5'9" sophomore Brett Clay. Number 15 is 5'6" sophomore Nakaya Mojica. Number 20 is 5'5" sophomore Bryn Hargrove. Number 22 is 5'11" sophomore Kendall Cunningham. Number 23 is 5'10" sophomore Jayla David. Number 24 is sophomore Carolina Saiz. Number 30 is senior Desiree Vasquez, who also saw some good minutes in that game, coming off the bench on Tuesday. And number 33 is 5'7", 8th grader Kaysla Muniz, and man, she is poised to become a really great asset. She's already scoring points and seeing some good minutes and some good scoring. She got a nice 3-point shot that has come in handy for Hobbs, especially in that game against Carlsbad that Hobbs eventually lost in overtime, but still, Muniz is definitely a player to watch in the future. 6 foot Number 34 is 6-foot sophomore Alana Bolton. Again, good height for the ladies, looking to get even more playing time and experience. Number 42 is 5'8" junior Tiana Richardson. And number 52 is freshman Kylie Kano, who also played and saw some minutes coming in off the bench on Tuesday night. So the Roswell ladies are coming into this game after losing to Carlsbad 29-27, and after tonight they will play their last game of the regular season, hosting Clovis this Friday. The Hobbs girls are coming off of a huge win over Clovis on the road on Tuesday night, 73-42. And of course, as we talked about, the next up for them will be Carlsbad at home at Tasker Arena this Friday. Carlsbad, by the way, is still undefeated in district, and they are ranked 4th in New Mexico 5A in the state, but they are number 1 in district, and Hobbs girls are ranked number 2 in district right now, owing to their record 3-1 and Carlsbad 4-0. But the Hobbs girls are on the move in the hunt for an outright regular season district championship and moving into the playoffs, and of course they have their sights set on the state championship. But you play them one at a time. You take these small mountains until you get to that highest peak, and that's what they're working on, and that's what they'll do tonight. We're looking forward to this game. It'll get underway in just a while. We have a little over 6 minutes left on the pregame clock right now. It's worth noting that the Hobbs girls JV team won their game 57-46 in this gym just a few minutes ago. So we'll take a timeout and do some business, acknowledge more sponsors, hear from them, and then be back for the start of this one. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, flying solo tonight, and I am set up actually in the media area on the home side tonight, only because of some technical advantages that offers with us with our equipment and our needs. So this is, and it doesn't really matter. We would be set up on one side or the other, and your view of the court on the camera would be the same, just on the other side. So looking at the full court, Hobbs and Roswell on the court doing warm-up. Couple of minutes left on the pregame clock right now. And it's likely that the Hobbs starters will be number 14, Brett Clay, 15, Nakaya Mojica, number 20, Bryn Hargrove, 22, Kendall Cunningham, and number 23, Jaylet David. So we will wait for sure and see after the warm-up period is over. The girls have yet to be announced, and we do expect that there will be the playing of the national anthem, unless they did that before the JV game. Sometimes teams and schools opt to do that once before JV and not repeat that. So we'll see what happens, but at the very least, we'll have the introduction of players coming up here in just a couple of minutes. So we'll take another quick timeout and be back with the start of this one. It's Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. Go. And welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. And your starters are out on the court. For Hobbs, Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, Cunningham, and David. And it'll be David in the center. And it's going to go to Clay for Hobbs. She picks up the ball, gets it to Mojica. Mojica. Back to Clay, left side. Back to David, top of the arc. Into Cunningham, tipped away by Roswell. And it's Roswell basketball. So first turnover by Hobbs. Roswell bringing it down. That is Esquivel. Esquivel over to Moore. Bounce back into the left corner. Attempted three, won't fall, and that's Cunningham. First rebound for her. No score in the game yet. Hargrove stops at the top of the arc and pops a three. So 3 points, and that puts Hobbs on the board. A long pass down to Moore, and she does not convert. Her layup comes up short, and Clay with the rebound's going to bring it down. Gives it to Cunningham. And she goes up for the shot, and whistle sounds. She is going to be fouled. And they're going to call that on Mila Moore, her first. And the first team foul on Roswell High. Kendall Cunningham at the line. She's been very reliable for Hobbs at the line this season. She eyes it, skies it, and nothing but net. So Cunningham on the board with a rebound and a point, and she'll have another one. 4-0 now on the Eagles. And that one is good too. So it's 5-0 Lady Eagles. 2 points for Cunningham at the line. And a big pass over all the way across, and Roswell manages to go ahead and hang on to it. Getting it under to Castro on the left side near the basket. She's passing it back out to Moore, and whistle sounds. They're going to call that on Hargrove. That is first team foul on Hobbs. It's on the floor. Ball inbounded, gets to Castro. And she passes, trying for number 33, Tarin, over the right side. It goes out of Tarin's hands and out of bounds. So turnover for Roswell. Give it to Hobbs. Clay inbounds to Mojica. Mojica running the point over to Hargrove. Now to Kendall Cunningham. Now to Jayla David in the lane underneath it and taken away. So no score. 2 turnovers by Hobbs. Though really, it's just a shot that didn't work. And now a turnover going the other way. Hobbs has got it. They pass it down. Teams trading turnovers very quickly. Cano's got it, running the point for Roswell. Getting worked on by Mojica. Gives it off to Esquivel. Now a three-point attempt up from the left corner won't fall. Fight for the rebound underneath it. Esquivel. And she can't hang on to it. Last touch by Roswell. Give it to Hobbs. That'll be Clay inbounding to Mojica. Mojica going to bring it down across the timeline, center court. 5-0 your score here. Hobbs leading. 5:56 left to play in the first. Hargrove's got it. They give it to Cunningham on the right side. She tries to put one up, won't fall, gets her own rebound. The putback won't fall, gets her own rebound. And then the rebound comes out to Roswell. That's all right. Camera got stuck. And a loose ball over there near the bench comes to Hobbs' way. Hobbs controlling, goes out of bounds, still Hobbs' ball. Still 5-0, Hobbs leading. No score by Roswell yet. 5:36 left in the first. Oh, a pass on the inbound. Almost thrown away, but corralled by Hargrove and brought back. Hargrove going to work it, get it to Clay, kick it out to Mojica. She drives in the lane, puts up a shot, won't fall, and Kendall Cunningham with the rebound, her fourth, and the putback no good. And this time, skying for it is Moore. Or actually, that was Esquivel, I believe 22. And she's going to travel. Nope, they're going to call it on Esquivel. So her first foul. We're going to call that on actually Cunningham, her first foul. Second team foul on Hobbs. So Roswell's got the ball. Kano running point. Getting worked on hard. It's Moniz in the game for the first time. Getting it over to the left. Roswell working it around. Attempted three-point shot by Moore. Won't fall. Roswell controls the rebound and then tipped away, stolen away by Hargrove. She's going to take it coast to coast, lay it up, and put it in. So 2 more points for her. She's got 5 in the game. Makes it 7-0. Hobbs leading. Whistle sounds. It'll be Hobbs' ball. So 7-0, your score. 4:41 left to play in the first. Inbound from Moniz right to Jayla David. Up and in from the left to the basket. And just like that, Hobbs up 9-0 now. And a pass all the way down underneath it to Moore. This time she does make that good. So 2 points on the board. 9-2 your score. Hobbs leading. Hobbs with the ball. Moniz controlling. Passes it now to Bosquez in the game for the first time. Bosquez out to Clay on the right side. Leaves it off for Hargrove. Now a pass over there to Bosquez on the left. And she puts it up and in. Nice jumper. Makes it 11-2. And timeout taken. Just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here and let you know I've got Cunningham already 4 rebounds on the board for Hobbs and 2 points, and those both from the line. So Hobbs 2 of 2 shooting so far. You've got 7 points for Hargrove, 2 points for David, 2 points for Bosquez. And that's how we get the 11 for Hobbs so far. And the only score for Roswell High coming from Mila Moore. 4 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in this first quarter, and it's been all Hobbs so far. Hobbs just needs to maintain control. Roswell doing what they can to interrupt Hobbs, but they haven't been able to. Their shooting has been cold, and Hobbs has been forcing turnovers and keeping the ball away from them. So Hinthorn in the game for the first time for Roswell's got the ball, and at midcourt it pops up, stolen away. It was tipped up by Hobbs and stolen away, but the ball's loose on the court, going down off of the leg of, I believe that was a Bosquez. So out of bounds, it'll be Roswell's ball. They will inbound. Good defensive coverage by Hobbs, but they get it to Hinthorn. Hinthorn's got to move it across the timeline or pass it off, and she does pass up at the front court. Over to Kano on the left side. Kano drives in. Bounce pass underneath the basket. Intended there, I believe, for number, she can turn, I can get her, number 11, for Sarahi Morales. No good, goes out of bounds. Another turnover by Roswell. Hobbs has got it. Clay in control on the left side. Gets it over to Mojica. Mojica drives in, then kicks it over to David. David puts it up and in. So a nice assist by Mojica, and David with 2 more points. Makes it 13-2. Hobbs ball. It was Hobbs basket, but Roswell's ball. Free-for-all on the floor as Roswell couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive pressure by Hobbs, forcing another turnover. Then they pass it to Moniz. She takes a 3-point shot from the left corner, and it won't go. And then coming down with the rebound was David. And she is going to get fouled. They're going to call that on Vega. That's her first foul. Second team foul on Roswell. It's on the floor. Mojica will Mojica inbounds, gets it to Cunningham, right to the right of the basket. She puts it up, but it hits the backboard. And as she goes up, she is fouled. So let's see, they're going to call that. That's another quick foul against Vega and put Cunningham at the line. She's 2 for 2. And this one hits the front of the rim, hits the back, and rolls in. So 14-2 is your score now. Cunningham gets another shot at it. Chance to make it 15-2. 2:55 left in this first quarter here. And nothing but net on that one. She's perfect at the line tonight for Hobbs and makes it 15-2. Just under 3 minutes left to play in this first quarter, dominated by Hobbs. Roswell inbounding in the backcourt. Bounce pass across. Good defensive coverage by Hobbs. Double team smothering the defense now. Muniz on one side, Hargrove on the other. It goes out of bounds, but tipped out by Hobbs. It will stay Roswell basketball. And that's going to be Vega getting into Kano. Kano all the way over to the left side, and a fight for the ball, and it's stripped away. Stolen by Cunningham. Nice defense by Hobbs. And then a trip as going down. Muniz went down in the free-for-all. Cunningham's going to help her up. But a nice steal there. But they're going to call, it'll be Roswell's ball because that was a travel stumble and ended up on the court. Luckily, nobody hurt, and it'll be Roswell's ball right in front of their own bench. They inbound, get it over to the left right away. That's Esquivel. They kick it out to Kano, then over in the corner. Back to Hindhorn. She drives the lane, puts it up, no good. And another rebound by Cunningham. A pass down the court is actually going to be intercepted by Roswell. So another turnover. Roswell with the ball. Whistle sounds. I think they're going to call a Hobbs player. Let's see. Not calling the offensive foul, they're calling a defensive foul. They call that on Muniz, her first. Away from the floor, away from the baskets on the floor. Hindhorn with the ball for Roswell. Passes off to the left. Esquivel's got it, moves it around. Getting good defense by Hargrove on that. Nice defense by all the ladies. Get it in the corner. Oh, a pass over to the right side. A shot up, no good, and Cunningham brings down another rebound. Gives it to Mojica. She's going to run the point, pass it to Muniz. Muniz drives in from the right, puts up the layup, and she's got 2 points. It's at 17-2 now. Roswell with the ball. They move it down the court to the right. Pull up, get it to Kano. Kano drives in. Then over to the left side. Esquivel drives in. Puts it up. Cunningham blocks it, takes it away. A pass down to Hargrove. So Cunningham really with the assist on that. Hargrove with 2 more points makes it 19-2. And a minute left to play in this first quarter. Good defense, and again another steal by Cunningham. She's going to take this one all by herself, put it up and in. No good. Roswell's ball coming the other way, and she palmed the ball. So a turnover by Roswell. Give it back to Hobbs. 43 seconds left to play in this one, and it is 18-2. A timeout is going to be taken. It's a full one, so we'll be back in 30 seconds for more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball from Roswell High Gym. Oh, and welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and we have a timeout. Out of the timeout, just about a minute left. No, not even a minute. 43 seconds left on the clock, left to play in this first quarter here, and Hobbs has dominated. They came out, and they have definitely been doing what everyone expected, and that is dominating a team that they have beaten, that comes in with an 0-4 district record. So Hobbs, again, can't take them lightly. Just got to calmly play their game, and that's exactly what they're doing, demonstrating that dominance, forcing a lot of turnovers. Hobbs' defense so very good. Their offense, of course, not too shabby either. Inbound, Nikia has got it, leaves it off. Manice now to Cunningham. A bounce pass to David right in the lane. David puts it up and in, her 6th point. And she's got a couple of rebounds to go with that. Now Roswell still in the backcourt. That is Hinthorn. Oh, and a bad pass. Too high, too hard, over the head of Tarin and out of bounds, and that's another turnover for Roswell. They have had some unforced turnovers, and then Hobbs has definitely forced turnovers and has been able to make points off of those, and that's why the score is so lopsided. Hobbs inbounding. Mojica and Manice passing it off to each other. Mojica driving to the right, gives it off to Hargrove, tries a 3 at the buzzer, won't fall. A fight for the rebound, but there will be no rebound taken, and your score 20-2 at the end of the first quarter. Hobbs dominating this one, but we'll be back in 1 minute with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5, on Facebook, and at HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. And at the end of the first quarter, Hobbs leading 20-2. The only 2 points for Roswell coming from Mila Moore. So Hobbs starting this second quarter. They will have the ball to inbound. Hargrove will inbound. Your starters are still on the court for Hobbs. Hargrove gets it into Clay. Clay over to Mojica. Mojica working in. Kicks it over to Clay in the left corner. Clay now to Hargrove. Hargrove stops and puts a shot up, a jumper. Beautiful. And 2 more points for her in this game. Makes it 22-2. Here in this second quarter, barely underway with the second quarter. Roswell still in the backcourt. Kano getting worked on by Hargrove. Works it, drives into the left, gets it to Hinthorn. Hinthorn now drives in, puts it up, won't fall. And it's tipped away by Cunningham. Cunningham really comes up with the rebound, gets it to Mojica. Now they get it back to Cunningham in the left side. She puts up a nice layup, makes it 24-2. With a nice assist by Mojica. Oh, and a long pass down the court. And then a little jumper by Esquivel puts 2 more points on the board for Roswell. So 24-2. Quickly going the other way, it is Clay. Clay leaves it off for Mojica. Mojica, top of the arc, stops and just takes the shot herself. No good. Skying for the rebound is Hinthorn and then drops it. There's a fight for it on the court. Let's see, they call if they're going to call a jump ball. And yes, they do. The arrow goes the way of Roswell. So it'll be Lady Coyote basketball, 24-4. 6:43 left in the second quarter here. Roswell inbounding. Hobbs looking to try to trap them up in the backcourt. They do get the fall forward. Hinthorn, bounce pass over to Kano. Kano going to drive in, lose the handle on the basketball. And I think they're going to say it went off of one of the Hobbs girls, possibly Clay. So it'll stay Roswell basketball right underneath their basket. 6:20 left to play in this second. Roswell slowing down just a little bit. Passing around the outside of the arc. Good defense by Hobbs. Hinthorn going to drive in, leave it off for Kano. Kano's going to drive in, has to pull back, uses up her dribble, and now passes it. Oh, and Emma Esquivel from downtown Three-pointer. Hobbs coming the other way. 24-7 your score now. Mojica's got it. Passes it up to Clay. Clay tries a three-pointer from the left wing. And it's just a little bit wide, and it's going to go out of bounds, but I think last touched. They're going to say, yes, last touched, I believe, by Moore. So it'll be Hobbs ball underneath their basket. Mojica will inbound to the right, give it to Clay. Clay pulls up, tries a three-point shot, won't fall. Fight for the rebound. Clay's going to end up fighting for it and getting it herself, and the rebound and the putback. So 26 now. Write down the score. Get the camera back to the action here. Roswell with the ball. Almost stolen away by Hobbs. And a three-point shot from the corner is good. And that is Tarin coming back the other way. Shot up, no good. Cunningham with the rebound. Fight for it. And let's see, they're just going to say it went out of bounds. Roswell basketball. We have a buzzer and probably four fresh players in for Hobbs. As we have, I believe, Zepeda. Jayla David stays in. The inbound, Armitage has it now on the left wing. She tries to three, it won't fall. Fight for the rebound, it goes out of bounds. Roswell trying to get that in time. They don't, but it stays Roswell basketball. So 26-10 is your score here. 5 minutes left to play in the second quarter. As Coach Carpenter putting four girls off the bench in, giving them good playing time against Roswell High. Oh, and a bad pass all the way across the court. It's going to go over the head into the Hobbs bench, and it's going to be a turnover by Roswell. And those have they've been so costly for Roswell in this game. Some unforced, as they've been trying to make those high passes to keep them out of the hands of Hobbs, and it's backfired on them. Armitage with the ball. In a little trouble. Hanging on to it. Double teamed by Roswell. Smothered. And they're going to call the foul. It's on the floor. It'll be on Castro, not Cano, but Castro. Brianna Castro, it's her first. Is the third team foul. Hobbs with the ball. That is Vasquez. Vasquez over to Armitage. Armitage gets it to Cepeda. To Armitage, back to Cepeda. Into David. Oh, and David gets the ball taken away from her, but then gets fouled. So they will call that on, I believe. Nope, they get it taken away and she steps. All right, so it is Roswell ball. Roswell inbounding. Zepeda working on Castro. Castro having some trouble. That double team smothering defense by Hobbs working. And then a whistle sounds. And they're going to say it was a travel. As Vasquez was doing her best. She was just trying to get the ball away and traveled. So turnover going the other way. Roswell inbounding it at midcourt. They send it back. It's Castro going to drive in, take it all the way herself, and puts it up and in. So two points for Castro, makes it 26-12. And I think Clay's going to be fouled as she was accepting a pass from Armitage, comes down, and they're going to call that on number 11, Morales. That is her first and third team foul. Inbound, a little trouble hanging on to it, but Clay saves it. Pulls up, tries a jumper. It's an air ball. Give it over to Roswell. Castro running the point against Cepeda. Gonna take it all the way in. They're gonna say, oh, there's a timeout taken. No? Okay. No, it's a push foul. It's a push foul. And they're gonna call that on Cepeda. So her first foul, 5th team foul on Hobbs. Roswell inbounding just to the left of their basket. And they get it to Esquivel. She tries a three-point jumper, won't fall. Clay with the rebound. She's going to keep it, drive down, little spin move underneath the basket, puts it up and in. So Clay, 2 more points. Nice rebound. Good move. 28-12. As Hobbs quickly takes the ball away. Another turnover. Up and in, a little slow roller gives Vasquez her 4th point in the game. So make it 30 now. Oh, and Hobbs faithful wanted to travel there on Roswell. Didn't get the call. And they get it to Benitez and the left wing. She puts up a shot, tries a 3. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds. So, of course, it'll be Hobbs basketball. Mojica will inbound from underneath the Roswell basket. 2:38 left to play now. 30-12 is your score. 2:38 before half. Hobbs inbounds, and it's knocked away. It'll stay Hobbs basketball. Knocked away by Benitez. So Mojica will just move down. Again, try this. Looking for somebody to inbound. Gets it to Cunningham. Then back to Nakaya. She brings it down and kicks it out to Hargrove. Tries a 3 from the left corner. Won't fall. Cunningham saves it from going out of bounds. She gets a rebound. Then she passes to Mojica. Mojica tries another shot. Won't fall. This time the rebound is Roswell. And a long pass down does end up connecting this time, but then passing it back, it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Roswell ball, inbounds right in front of the Hobbs bench. Get it to Castro. Castro, midcourt, getting worked on by Armitage. Passes over to the right. And now pass over into the left corner where Esquivel takes a 3-point shot, won't fall. And Clay skies for the rebound. A good one, brings it down. Brings it all the way, pulls out. Oh, and she double dribbles. So Clay with a good rebound and follows it up, turns the ball over. But Hobbs still in control of this one, 30-12 here. Clock is ticking, 1:49 left to play in this second quarter here at Roswell High Gym. Roswell will inbound. They'll get it to Hinthorn in the game. Now, again, for Roswell. She's going to take it across left side, all, and pull up, working against Armitage. Hobbs set up 3-2 zone, and Hinthorn kicks it back out. Roswell resets. Going to have to work it around the perimeter. Hobbs keeping him out of the paint. Tarin with the ball. Stumbles, then they get it to Hinthorn. Hinthorn tries to drive it under the baseline. Nowhere to go, getting worked on hard by Clay. And bounces the ball off of Clay's legs. So it'll stay Roswell basketball over on the right side. They pass it in, and Castro puts up a shot, won't fall. And it's Clay with another rebound. She's going to keep it. Give it off to Mojica on the right side. Then they get it to Cunningham in the lane. Oh, she has nowhere to go. She tries to move forward to put a ball up, and it goes out of bounds. And they're just going to say it is Roswell ball. Goes out of bounds. (30-12), still the score. 52 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Roswell with the ball. Crossing the timeline left side. That is Moore. A spin move. No, that's Tarin. Spin move. Leaves it off for Hinthorn. Hinthorn having trouble because she's getting smothered by Armitage and Mojica. And give the ball to Hobbs. Mojica. Armitage inbounds. Gets it to Mojica. Mojica crosses right side. Passes back around. Oh, and the ball pops up on a pass from Mojica to Cunningham, and Roswell takes it. We're going to bring it down. Clock's ticking. As the ball goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay Roswell ball. Good chase, though. Good hustle by Cunningham. And the late Eagles working hard. Armitage comes out as the ball is inbounded. And Castro finding it hard to work around the smothering defense of Hobbs there. Finally finds somebody. They kick it out. Get it to Hinthorn. Hinthorn over to Escovel. Back to Castro. Now Castro driving in. Pulls up. Tries a jumper. Won't fall. And it's going to be Mojica with the rebound. She tries a half-court shot at the buzzer. No good. And 30-12 is your halftime score here. Hobbs firmly in the lead. And we will be back with your halftime show from Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and your halftime score here is 30-12. Hobbs in the lead, and having no trouble with Roswell High. And Coach Cunningham, about midway through that second quarter, putting in some of the bench players and getting them some experience and some time on the court. And they have come through and scored in several instances. So let's back up and talk about Roswell High scoring first and your halftime show. And your leading scorer for Roswell right now is Emma Esquivel with 5 points. She hit a tray and then a layup. So 5 points for her, 3 points for Sarai Morales. You got 2 points each for Moore and for Castro. And that is how Roswell gets to their 12 points. They scored 2 in the first quarter and 10 in the second quarter. For Hobbs, you've got leading scorer right now is Bryn Hargrove with 11. You've also got Kendall Cunningham with 6, Jayla David with 6. You've got Vasquez with 4. You've got Brett Clay with 4. And you've got 2 points for Manice. Clay also has 5 rebounds. Mojica has 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Hargrove has the 11 points. Cunningham has 9 rebounds to go with her 6 points. She's also got a couple of steals. And she has 4 of her 6 points are from the line. Also, Jayla David has 2 rebounds to go with her points. And Hobbs has, I've got it down as 18 rebounds. I may have missed a couple of rebounds in there when they had quick rebounds, putbacks, and second and third looks at the basket. But I've got 18 rebounds, and they go 4 of 4 from the line as those 4 points from Kendall Cunningham. Roswell has turned over the ball a lot. Let's just put it that way. Too many times. And Hobbs has a few turnovers, but they were not as costly as the Roswell turnovers. Hobbs has had smothering defense. They've been forcing a lot of turnovers and making points out of those turnovers. But Roswell High also has had a lot of throwaways. They have had unforced turnovers and errors. And your fouling situation is... We've had a lot of fouls on the floor, not a lot of shooting at the line. In fact, Roswell High has not been to the line tonight, and only Kendall Cunningham has been to the line for Hobbs. So 20-2 at the end of the first, 30-12 now at halftime here. Hobbs leading, and we will be back. We'll take a break and be back to get the second half underway here. From Roswell High Gym, this is Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Roswell High Gym. This is Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5 FM, on Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan. We are at halftime, and your score is 30-12, Hobbs leading. And during halftime, one of the an entertainment squad from Roswell High took a lot of the warm-up time, and they actually stopped the clock, in essence, to give Hobbs a chance to get out here and warm up a little bit. And I think they were offering, I guess, to keep the clock stopped longer. But I think Coach Carpenter and the girls said, "Hey, we're ready. We're ready to come out here and get the second half started." Roswell High girls didn't even take warm-up time. But I think both teams are just anxious to go ahead and get the second half underway, and we will do that right now. So as the girls come out, we'll have the 5 starters back on the court for Hobbs. I do believe it'll be Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, Cunningham, and David. Yes, it will be. And it will be Roswell High basketball. They'll inbound from midcourt. Tarin getting it into Castro. Castro getting worked on by Mojica, midcourt. Takes it. Passes it off to Esquivel. Esquivel again worked on by Mojica. Just pulls up midcourt, now drives back. Oh, Mojica almost takes it away. And then Esquivel drives in and puts up a jumper and gets 2 more points on the board. And that is her 7th point in the game. Hobbs with it. Clay takes it down, across the timeline to Mojica. Mojica to Cunningham. Cunningham out to Hargrove. Hargrove over to the left side. Mojica into Clay. Clay into Cunningham. Cunningham. A quick pass to Hargrove. Now to David. David right underneath the basket. Puts it up and in. 8 points in the game for her now. Roswell with the ball. Oh, some trouble controlling it. And Esquivel loses it. Hargrove tries to put it up and in. It doesn't fall, and Esquivel ends up with it. And then the pass to Castro goes a little long and picked up by a speedy, quick Mojica. So a turnover, that steal. They give it to Hargrove. She's having a little trouble connecting on that layup on the right side. Fight for the rebound, and a whistle sounds. And David is going to be fouled by number 33, Tarin. That's her first foul. And David at the line. First one up, no good. She'll get another try at it, though. It is 32-14 now. And the second one up, oh, no good. Fight for the rebound. Hobbs with it, put back, no good. And then Clay comes up with a rebound. Gives it off to Mojica. Mojica to Clay, and Clay puts it in from the right side. A nice one. That's going to be a 3-pointer. Makes it 35. Oh, and the ball goes out of bounds. Little bullet. But tipped away by Hobbs, or is it? Will it be Hobbs? Nope, it'll be. Yep, it'll be Hobbs basketball. So a turnover by Roswell. I thought so. Bullet ended up in the stands. So Hobbs basketball. Clay gets it to Mojica. Mojica tries the 3-point shot, won't fall. David with the rebound to the putback, no good. And now Roswell gets the rebound. Tarin getting that. She's going to keep it herself, bring it across, get to Castro. Castro pulls up and worked on by Mojica. Now she's going to drive in and try to put it up from the left side, won't fall. David with the rebound, gets it to Clay. He brings it down. And a nice shot up from the right by Mojica. Makes it 38. An inbound almost stolen away. Oh, Castro ends up on the floor, skids with the ball. And they're going to say it's a travel. So turn over the ball. Mojica will inbound at midcourt, gets it to Clay. 38-14 your score here. 5:43 left in the third. Hobbs in control. They pass it around, get it to David. She works through the lane, up and good. So she's got 2 more points, makes it 40-14. Roswell tries inbounds. Now they're getting trapped in the backcourt. They get a pass. Tadine ends up saving it for Roswell. She's got it. Smothering defense by Hobbs. Roswell loses it, and then picks it up by Castro. Mojica with another steal, and she gets it to Hargrove. So another assist by Mojica, and 2 more points by Hargrove. 42-14 now. As coming the other way, Roswell with the ball. Oh, and taking it away just like that. Hobbs with another turnover. They get it to Hargrove. Hargrove with a fast break, and 2 more points on the board for her. Makes it 44-14, and I believe they're going to have subs coming in for Roswell High. Subs coming in. Tadine goes out. Hinthorn back in. And Hobbs with the ball. They inbound. Get it to Clay. Clay to Hargrove. Back to Clay. Back to Hargrove. Now into Mojica in the right corner. She puts up a 3 and pops the net. So nice one by Mojica. It's her second 3. Going the other way, Roswell with the ball, taking it down, 47, or actually 46. I thought that was a 3. It was just 2 by Mojica. And there's a foul called on Hargrove. So Roswell will inbound. It's on the floor. Roswell inbounds in front of their bench. They get it to Vega. Kick it around. Get it to Castro. She drives in. A pass underneath. And taking it away is Clay. She's going to take it down. A little spin move in the lane. Try to take it coast to coast. But she is going to get fouled. But Mojica has a couple of steals in this game. A couple of 3 assists in this game. And 5 points now. Clay gets fouled by Morales. Her second foul. Clay going to the line, and she sinks the first one. She'll get another chance. 47-14 your score now. Second one. Clay eyes it, skies it, and this one kicks out a little too hard. She gets her own rebound though, and then passes to Jayla David in the lane. It won't fall. Cunningham with the rebound, and her putback was no good. She gets her own rebound. Her putback no good, and then Clay gets the rebound. There's a fight for it. So Cunningham with a couple of quick rebounds out of that, and David with a rebound, and Clay with a rebound, and still 5 looks at the basket. Hobbs can't put it in. But it will stay. It goes out of bounds. It stays. Hobbs basketball. The inbound to Cunningham. Cunningham puts it up. No good. Cepeda with the rebound and the putback. No good. And then it goes out of bounds. It'll be Roswell ball. So Cepeda with a couple of rebounds. No points. 47-14. Still your score. Roswell inbounds. Castro in the backcourt. Getting worked on by Cepeda. Moves it off. Gets it to Esquivel. Cross to Morales. Morales bounce pass back to Esquivel, then into Castro, top of the arc. She drives in the lane, puts up a little jumper, won't fall. And the rebound is going to be controlled by Cepeda. Cepeda going to bring it down coast to coast. Drives the lane, puts it up, won't. It's a little short. And Cunningham comes up with it. She tries a shot, won't fall. Roswell with the rebound. They get it to Hinthorn. She brings it down, puts it up and in from the left. So 47-16 now. Ball coming down. Armitage has got it for Hobbs. She gets it to Muniz. Muniz gets it to Jayla David. Oh, Jayla skies it, puts it up, won't fall, but Cunningham with another rebound, and then gets it to Cepeda. Nice jump shot from the left, and Cepeda now with 3 points makes it 50-16, and a timeout is going to be taken, and we will take it with them. 2:52 left to play in the third quarter. Hobbs up in this one 50-16, and we'll be back with more Lady Eagle basketball from Roswell High Gym. And welcome back to Roswell High Gym for Lady Eagles basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5 FM, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and out of the timeout by Roswell, it will be Hobbs basketball. It is 50-16. This one's been Hobbs all the way. But Roswell hustling, not giving up. And it will be Roswell basketball out of their timeout. Underneath the Hobbs basket. And they will inbound, get it to Henthorn. Henthorn in the backcourt. Gonna walk it across the timeline. Nope, Sheik gonna pass it across to Castro. Castro works on toward the lane from the left side. Kicks it out. And a shot is up and, oh, sorry about that. My camera just got stuck a little bit. That was no good. That was an attempt from the right side, but it was a foul. As Esquivel will go to the line. She was in the act of shooting. And, or Sarai Morales, rather. Sarai is at the line and up and good. She had 3 points in the first half. That foul, by the way, was on Cunningham, her second. And the second one is up and good as well. So Morales with 2 points. Hobbs ball. 50-18 is your score. And that one is up and good. Makes it 52-18. Roswell basketball. Castro in the backcourt. Getting double teamed by Armitage and Cepeda. Oh, Hobbs wanted a backcourt violation there, didn't get it. Henthorn worked on by Cepeda. Moves in, Armitage now guarding. Henthorn just moves back, gets it to Castro on the right wing. Castro pulls up, oh, and pops a three. Wow, okay. 52-21. And Hobbs now with the ball. And a fight for the ball between Morales and Cunningham. Cunningham knocks it out of bounds. Still Roswell's ball. Inbound to Henthorn. Henthorn getting double teamed. She's going to work across the timeline right side against Cepeda. Pull up. Drift midcourt. Now drives into the right corner. And passes it back out. I don't know how she managed to find more and more pass. Makes a bad pass, and Armitage picks it off. Armitage brings it down, kicks it off to Jayla David. She takes a three, won't fall. And Morales with a rebound. Castro's got it in the back court. Good defense by Cepeda and Armitage as they go after it. And it is knocked away, but also they're gonna. It's knocked away, and they'll inbound it. Roswell has that. Oh, and again, a fight for the ball. It's on the court. Hobbs defense. Armitage and Cepeda have just been so tight on whoever has the ball. And timeout is going to be taken, and it's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here and let you know the score is 52-21 now. And in the third quarter, Hobbs handling this one. They were leading after the end of the first one 20-2. At the end of the second at halftime, it was 30-12. And now Hobbs coming out after halftime, putting another 22 points on the board in less than a full quarter. But Roswell also managed to they've put 9 points on the board since the half. So out of the timeout, 45 seconds left in this third quarter. Roswell inbounds. There's Esquivel to Castro. Castro, midcourt, crosses the timeline, worked on by Armitage. Now drives in. Pulls out, gets it to Morales. Morales, bounce pass in the right corner. I don't know how Esquivel managed to hang on to it. She did. Trying to pass it back out, though. It goes out of bounds. And they're going to say off of a Hobbs player, and it will stay Roswell ball. Inbounding in front of the scorer's table. Castro will get it. Move across, back across the timeline. Vega leaves it off for Castro again. Works over to the left. Hobbs guarding the paint. Good tight defense by Armitage, almost taken away, and now it is taken away by Cepeda. Cepeda to Armitage. Armitage at the buzzer tries to put it up and in, and then the ball comes out and it's no good. The putback did go in, but it was after the buzzer sounded. So 52-21 is your score at the end of the third quarter. Hobbs leading this one, moving into the fourth quarter. We will be back in 30 seconds with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. And welcome back to Roswell High Gym. I'm Dawn Morgan with Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5 Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. After three quarters, your score 52-21, Hobbs leading. Moving into the fourth quarter, Hobbs with a big lead, and Coach Carpenter sending out some of the bench. He's got Hargrove inbound from midcourt to Clay, but also out there Mojica, and it looks like Mojica, Vasquez, and 34 Bolton also out there. Hobbs working the ball around. It's knocked away. He'll keep the ball. Mojica going to inbound from the right of the basket, looking for somebody. Gets it out to Hargrove. Hargrove on the left wing. He's going to work around. Gets it to Clay. Clay works it around, gets it to Mojica, almost taken away. Morales reaches in trying to get it, bumps in, and Mojica goes down hard on the court. As she is on the court, I think we'll see if she gets up right away or if we'll have an injury. She's rolling. She's in some pain. So I tell you what, we'll move the camera away and we'll take a 30-second timeout and back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. Come back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball out of the injury timeout. It was Nakaya Mojica who got up and walked to the bench, clutching her stomach though. Oh, Hobbs inbounds, and then it's taken away by Esquivel. She puts up a shot, and it's no good. And the rebound is by Muniz. Muniz brings it down, gets it to Hargrove. Back to Manise. Oh, loses the handle on it. Saves it, though. Then passes it into Bolton in the post, and she puts it up and in from the right side. So Bolton is on the board with 2. Coming the other way, Hinthorn for Roswell. Gets it to Castro in the right wing. Castro moves back over. Passes into the right corner. Bounce pass back to Castro is picked off, and Bolton tries for it. And the ball skitters away. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul on number 32, Vega. That's her 3rd. Oh, no. It is actually number 30. Yep, it is. It's her 3rd. It's on the floor, so give it to Hobbs. Clay's got it. Back to Hargrove, right wing. Hargrove sends it over to Manise. Manise in one of her favorite spots to pop a 3 on that left arc. Hobbs just passing around. They get it back to Clay. Clay drives in, uses up her dribble. Oh, turns around, and it's taken away by Castro, and she's just going to go coast to coast. Puts it up, but it does not fall. And Clay is right there behind her. Runs into her, but they're going to call the foul on Castro. As that is appropriate. Made it sound like that it was Clay's fault. It wasn't. She's right there, and it was an offensive foul. But give it to Hobbs. Clay's got the ball. Gets to Hargrove. Hargrove turnaround jumper. Puts it up. No good. And Roswell with the rebound. Pass down to Moore. Moore kicks it out. Gets it to Hinthorn on the left corner. Hinthorn puts up a shot. Won't fall. Rebound by Hobbs. Clay brings it across. Gets it to Hargrove on the left side. Back to Clay in the left corner. She drives in. Puts up a little jumper. It goes. And they count the basket. And she gets... Nope. They're going to call the foul on Clay. All right, then. It will be. Actually, I guess she just traveled. Turned the ball over. Roswell with the ball inbounds. Castro's got it. Passes it to Tarin. Back to Castro. Castro over to the corner. To the right. Bounce pass. Then back into the right corner by Tarin. She puts up a 3-pointer. Won't fall. Fight for the rebound. And I think fighting for that on the floor was number 30, Vasquez for Hobbs. And they will call, I believe they call that on Esquivel. On the floor, it's Hobbs' ball. Hargrove inbounds, gets it to Clay. Clay leaves it off for Hargrove midcourt, working over to the left. Now driving in on the left. And a whistle sounds. Let's see what they say. And that will be on Ruiz. That's her first foul, first team foul, actually. And it sends Hargrove to the line. It's up and good. So 55 now. (55-21). Hargrove gets a second shot. Eyes it, skies it. That one no good. Bounces away. Roswell with the rebound. Take it down. A shot up from the right wing. No good. Fighting for the rebound is Hargrove. She brings it down. And passes it off to Bolton. Bolton now to Clay. Clay's going to bring it down. Take it in. Kicks it to Manise. Manise pulls up and floats a 3 in there. And she is a 3-point shooter for Hobbs, no doubt. Makes it 58-21. Roswell with the ball other way and taken away by Clay. That's a nice steal. She's going to take it coast to coast, put it in from the right. So a steal and 2 more points makes it 60-21. 4 minutes left to play in this game. As Benitez with the ball, taken away by Hargrove. Another steal. Hargrove gonna kick it off at the last second over to Moniz. She puts it up and in. A nice assist by Hargrove, though. Now Roswell with the ball, 62-21. And they pass all the way to the left corner. Then they kick it back out. Vega driving in from the left, and they're going to call a foul on Hobbs. Is it going to be on Bolton? We'll see. Yes, it is on Bolton. It's her first foul. That is the third team foul on Hobbs. I think a minute ago I said it was. I was looking at the one, looking at the 1 and the 7 on the board looked similar to me, and so the Lady Coyotes actually have 7 team fouls, and not the one. But this one was on Hobbs, and it is up and good. So 62-22. Exactly 40 points in the lead. Hobbs now 3 minutes, little over 3 minutes left to play in this game. Hobbs with it, passing around the perimeter. They give it to Moniz. She drives in and kicks it over to Vasquez from the left side. Vasquez goes up for the shot and is fouled. She will go to the line. They're going to call that on Ruiz. It's her second foul, and it is the 8th team foul on the Coyotes. Hobbs in the bonus. And it's up and rolls home. So Vasquez now 5 points in the game. It's at 63-22. 2:52. It's running clock now because Hobbs is more than 35 points ahead. And after that second free throw by Vasquez, 64-22. Whistle sounds. And after that basket, it is Roswell high. Their possession. Moving it down the court. A little bounce pass in the lane, no good. Picked off by Moniz. A nice steal. Give it to Hobbs. Armitage has got it. He's going to work it down right side, drive in. Kick it out to Vasquez. Vasquez to Moniz. Moniz pulls up, takes a shot, won't fall, and the rebound by Roswell. That's Esquivel, but she loses her dribble, and it's taken away by Hobbs. Armitage kicks it out to Moniz. Back to Armitage on the right wing. Armitage work it around. Back to Moniz. Moniz over to Zepeda on the left wing. Then to Moniz in the left corner, one of her favorite places to pop a tray. And Moniz has another tray, makes it 67-22. A minute 36 left to play in this game. Hobbs will get the win. And they will move on. Oh, and Roswell almost gives it away. Gets it back. And that is Ruiz with 2 points for Roswell. Zepeda running the point for Hobbs, coming the other way. 67-24. Hobbs passing it around. Armitage has it. Armitage over to Moniz, left corner. Moniz drives out, gives it to Armitage. Now back to Moniz. Moniz gives it to Zepeda on the right wing. She tries a three-pointer. It won't fall. And that is number 3. I don't have a 3 on our roster. She's a JV girl coming up for Roswell. She goes up. And a whistle sounds. It will be Roswell's basketball. And the foul on Zepeda. That's her second. 4th team foul on Hobbs. Roswell with the ball. Getting double teamed though. Oh, they're going to call the hack foul on Vasquez, I think. As it was just the Hobbs girls just trying for good tight coverage. Just a little bit too tight. Yes, it is on Vasquez, her first. 5th team foul on Hobbs. Roswell will inbound. And a 3-point attempt is up, no good. And Armitage with the rebound. Armitage going to bring it down coast to coast. Try for the layup, then kick it out. And at the end of the game, Your final score 67-24. Hobbs winning this one, and we'll be back to wrap this one up from Roswell High Gym. Another victory for Hobbs as the Lady Eagles go up to 4-1 in district and 21-3 on the season with this victory at Roswell High Gym. We'll be back with more Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, on Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. Welcome back to Roswell High Gym for Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. The wrap-up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube on Eagle 100.5 at Facebook and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm Dawn Morgan, and your final score in this one, 67-24. Hobbs easily defeating Roswell High, and Roswell putting up some points. Their leading score in the game was Esquiva with 7 points. They got 5 points each from Castro and Morales, and 2 points from Hinthorn, 2 points from Moore, 2 points from Ruiz, and 1 point from Tarin. And for your Hobbs Lady Eagles, your top scorer tonight, actually, you've got, it's Bryn Hargrove, has 15 points in the game, but a lot of good production by several of the Lady Eagles. You've got 15 points, a steal, and an assist for Hargrove. And then you have 12 points from Jayla David to go with that, 7 rebounds. You've got Kendall Cunningham with 6 points, 15 rebounds, a steal, and an assist. You've got 10 points from Caitlin Manise and a couple of trays, giving her that point total. You've got 8 points from Brett Clay, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Also, Nakaya Mojica had 5 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. And you had 3 points from Zepeda. And you have 2 points from Bolton. So good contributions there. So many players in the books with not only points but rebounds as well. Smothering offense. Hobbs stole the ball away, forced so many turnovers against Roswell High. Did not. Roswell not doing themselves any favors, had a lot of unforced errors. They drop to 9-16 with this, and 0-5 in District 4-5A, and they will be hosting Clovis this Friday night to end their regular season. Hobbs girls with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 girls scoring. And most of those girls not only with points but rebounds, and so many of them with steals and assists as well. So, yeah, good dominating. Not a really good game when it's such a runaway. It's not a good game, but it's always a good win. Any W is a good W. And this one lifts Hobbs to 21-3 on the season, to 4-1 in district, and they will play their final regular season and district game this Friday night against Carlsbad, the only district team they've lost to, and it's a must-win for Hobbs to force if Hobbs wants to get the regular season district championship, then they would need that win to force a playoff game to decide that, and that would be played on a neutral court. But Hobbs, after tonight, will have Carlsbad squarely in their focus, and they will be all about that game coming up this Friday night. Of course, Hobbs, as the number 1 team in State 5A, has no problem knowing that they're going to move on to the playoffs. But if they would like to do that as regular season district champions, then it will be the district tournament next week. Following that, of course, that will be the state tournament. So that is the plan, as Hobbs will be at home this Friday night, and we'll have that game for you right here on your home for Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. Lee County News and Sports YouTube, Eagle 100.5, Facebook, and HobbsAmerica.com. So congratulations to Coach Joe Carpenter and the Lady Eagles on their win again, 67-24. At your final against Roswell High in Roswell. Thanks again to Tiff Stuber for producing and engineering, and I'm Dawn Morgan. Good night.